That same old point we always mention here. The hypocrisy. The outrageousness of these people knows no bounds. I had put here the video of Thiago Galeasso responding to that atrocity from his brother. There with Lula praising the promotion of a movie that we funded with millions of reais, actually, with our tax money, and they're praising Brazil's public health system. Bruno Galeasso didn't call their mother, Thiago and Bruno's mother. Mom, ask Thiago, tell Thiago to delete this video. Tell Thiago to delete it, Mom. It's making me look bad here, Mom. His mother is a great person, the mother of Bruno and Thiago.
No.
A hard-working person, a real fighter. It's funny. Man, how is that possible? Thank God, in my family, for example, the three of us, we are 3 siblings, all of us have the right values. None of us stray from those values. But there are families sometimes, let me tell you, because no one will be able to explain it. For Brazilians, for example, this list just came out. This list was just released. Lula paid almost 2 million reais for artists to participate in those events with his little get-together that he organizes. That girl from Irapaz, if I'm not mistaken, was in that movie, the Oscar runner-up, the Oscar orphan Wagner Moura's, got 470,000. That Milton Cunha guy, I think he's from the carnival scene and all, 310,000. Matheus Bauente, 124,000. Man, that's a lot of money. A lot that gets handed over to these people. They're going to have to answer for that. But from Irapaz, 470,000. 470,000 is a lot just to make a brief appearance there, to take part in this lousy administration. Look, that's why your bread is more expensive, why your gas is more expensive, why you have to pay $40 for coffee. That's what it's for. We're paying 40 reais for a pack of coffee to support this. Paying $60 for a kilo of third-rate meat to support these greedy mouths. What's the problem? If you guys are famous, you say your movie is a hit, it explodes. That's a lie. Brazilians aren't obligated to support you. Lauro Jardim, I had even mentioned him before, but, the production of national films? It wasn't just a catastrophe back at the time of the Oscars, no. Look at what Lauro Jardim from Globo itself is doing, exposing Globo's own activists. Box office sales in a country's domestic theaters plummet in 2026. Do you know what the effect of this is? Do you know why it dropped like that? Do you know why? This is from just a little while ago. It was put here. It's like Wagner Moura at the Oscars. The Brazilian people were able to witness how barbaric it was. They proved there were 7.5 million off the books, right? That happened. It was that embarrassment, that disgrace at the Oscars. The guy just kept talking about Bolsonaro, 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 Bolsonaro. People got so fed up with that Wagner Moura guy. I even mentioned it here yesterday that Globo is now, other Globo profiles are trying to improve his image. The guy is making an appearance in the Star Wars series as one of the villains there. He is one of the least talked about ones, but Globo says he is the most talked about villain in Star Wars. The most viral one always has been, and always will be, Darth Vader. As incredible as it may seem, believe it or not, you know the villain Darth Vader? That's why I have the mask here. He is conservative. He is a Republican. Darth Vader, the villain, the actor who played him, is conservative. And Luke, whom we've always admired because he was the hero in Star Wars and all, is extremely left-wing. It's some crazy stuff that we just can't understand. You see that life doesn't imitate art. Art doesn't imitate life. The villain we had in Star Wars is conservative. And the hero is from that filthy left. So, you guys understand Star Wars tells the story of a revolution and all that. The movie is totally the opposite of what these guys think. And then Bruno Gallius, I'll tell you here, and Wagner Moura, they're trying to build him up. The guy is just dubbing. He doesn't even have a role. He's just dubbing. Not that dubbing isn't important. It's very important. But for his level, his status, his mask, dubbing, wow, he dubs, he's scared. And then there was a big fight here. Bruno Gallius was there with Lula, right? Praising the movie they made there, inspired by Drozio Varela, which talks about the creation of SUS. Yes, none of these hypocrites use SUS. None of them. None of them. It's the same thing when they talk about the United States. United States, oppressor, and so on. He brought Firmino here. The other day, Bruno Gallius, his wife, and their kids were all at Disney. All of them there. They never leave the United States, but Trump has to be arrested, Trump is an oppressor, and so on. It's really shameless. And they were there, right? Victory of... I think Lula should have already had some really strong drinks at Fusa. Because he didn't look good there. When he has that face, that swollen face, he must have had a lot of drinks.
Very good.
Even Quadrillo was there, who was expelled and is banned from the United States.
Comrades, very important artists in Brazil who came to bring us the latest news at Dorado.
All right, I won't even put that in. Bruno, right, had made this video, and Thiago, his brother, was outraged. Thiago is a legislator and will be re-elected. Because this guy is doing a really, really good job over there in Rio de Janeiro, and he made the video.
Well, everyone has already seen this photo here, but this one was in 2022, but this one, this year, he managed to make it better, or rather, worse, because now Yanya is also there.
After 4 years of misgovernment, Lula had the courage to take this photo. Do you think he went there to demand something? Or do you think he went there to promote the movie he's making?
Have you seen his movie yet? You haven't? It's this one right here. Look, Bruno Galliaso in Wonderland. Because only he could be living in this Wonderland. No fires in the Amazon, no corruption scandal in the INSS, no corruption scandal in Banco Master anyway. In this Wonderland country he must be living in. This movie is wonderful for him because for you, for me, for the people, it's a horror movie and in very bad taste. My God, after everything Lula has already done, everything Lula is doing, does he still have the nerve to pose for a photo kissing that guy's hand? With food stuck in his teeth, God forbid, for God's sake, Bruno.
With food stuck in his teeth.
Talk to people, man. Listen to your younger brother a little, for God's sake. And to wrap it up, we know there's no such thing as an unpaid PT supporter. That little kiss was actually to celebrate and hold the screening. Pipoca Porum Theo, this one right here, look, which was funded with your money, 5,700,000 reais of public money to talk about this movie by a thread. Curious name, right? What do you think it's about? About the military police officer who leaves here in Rio de Janeiro hanging by a thread to make it back home? Or about the people who are hanging by a thread, sometimes not even making it back home? Or is it going to talk about Lulinha, who's hanging by a thread, about to get caught up in the INSS corruption scandals? Look.
I'll be honest with you guys, huh? Thiago is going to win this thing, huh? Because it's obvious it's not a matter of right or wrong. We root for the family to stay together, for both of them and all that. I still have a lot of hope. Maybe that's just me being naive, okay? Naivety. But I would like to see Bruno Galliaso on the right side of history. I would like to see that, Because there's no way we can be wrong, guys. There's no way we can just say, like, you're wrong and Bruno is right. There's no way, there's just no way. They put $5 million into the SUS movie, which none of them use. The guys are promoting a movie, putting $5 million into it. We know it's under the table, right? None of them use the so-called SUS. SUS is just for when you cut your finger and need a Band-Aid or something like that. If you need a complex exam, everyone knows how it works. They use Albert Einstein, Sirio Libanez, in this case, that drunk guy and all. And then they say that SUS, the Unified Public Health System, should be used by people who work in public service. And now, what about these guys who are public servants? Many of these artists became public servants. Instead of using the SUS, because if they used it, these politicians, Lula, the gang, all those guys, Janja, if they used the SUS, it would be the best healthcare system in the galaxy, not just in the world, in the galaxy. But none of them use it. None of them use it. The SUS, they tell you to use it, but none of them use it. And Thiago, what about him, huh? Bruno called his mom. I said, Mom, tell Bruno, tell Thiago to delete it. Mom.
Mom, Thiago exposed me on the internet, Mom. Do you think that's right, Mom? Mom, please tell him to delete the video. Mom, are you going to stop talking to me? Damn, you're too old for this, man. Hey, Bruno, my office is at Avenida Mexico, 1503, office number 5, Thiago. By the way, Congressman, your brother wants to help you. Mom, do you think that's right? Hey, John, Uncle Bruno is upset.
John, Uncle Bruno is upset.
Hey, Bruno, relax, man. You take a picture with Lula, what do you expect? That people will support you? Congratulations, the economy is wonderful. Lulinha is innocent. Damn, now stop complaining to my mom, man, for the love of mom. Thiago is exposing mom. Mom, please, mom, help me. Damn it, be a man, dude.
Go to hell. I love the way people from Rio talk. It's Bruno, right? Then Thiago ended up feeling sick. He could have been in the same situation as Bruno. With an in Fernando de Noronha, millions of reais in his account, he's an actor too. The two even look a lot alike. He could be in the same situation as Bruno, with tons of public money in his account. Tons of it. Ads here, ads there, he could be in that situation too. But among the brothers, he made the choice. He chose Lula because it's the right thing. It's not because he's a congressman. No, that's not it. I don't know him. I would like to meet Thiago. He's a wonderful person. In fact, he's one of our followers on Instagram, and he's valuable. President Bolsonaro likes him a lot, right? He could be loaded with money like his brother. And why is it different? Because he doesn't accept receiving what isn't his, okay? And that's the fact. Remember during the pandemic? Bruno was like, stay at home, and people were going to his inn there in Fernando de Noronha. It's absurd. Not the people, right? The elite, right? Because regular people don't even know where Fernando de Noronha is. That's the fact. Share this video on WhatsApp, on Telegram, on Facebook. Hit the like button. Come be part of our family by subscribing here to the channel. I'll be back soon with more news and information here on the Paia Filis Musica channel.